Hey everyone, today is International Dot Day. There's a very well-known Japanese artist, Yayoi Kusama, who is well known for her beautiful brightly coloured paintings and sculptures with lots of organic shapes and particularly polka dots. So the artwork we're going to create today is a collage on black paper using some other brightly coloured collage polka dot papers that we're going to make. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Using a punch, I'm punching out some paper. This is to make a stencil. The dots that I've punched out I'm going to keep for later. I'm going to think about the colour that I'm going to stencil, which is push paint through my other piece of paper. Thinking about my colours, I'm choosing pink here because that'll stand out nicely on top of the orange. And I'm pouncing the brush on the top. I'm not wiping it across because then it can go underneath the stencil. I'm dabbing it on the top or pouncing it over the top. You can see when I lift the paper away, I'm left with some perfectly formed dots. And you can just repeat that until you have a piece of paper that is full of dots. Next is a cotton bud. Just dip your cotton bud in paint and press it onto the paper. Don't press down too hard because then you actually lift some paint off. Just touch it to the paper so that you're left with a nice little formed dot. I'm now using the dots that we punched out earlier just to glue onto another sheet of paper. As you can see, there's many ways to make pieces of collage paper. Here I'm using acrylic paint with a brush and I'm just forming some random circles wherever I want. You can see the colors that I'm using are complementary to the background color. If you only have textures, you can use textures to draw your dots. Remember, you can vary the size. There are no mistakes at all. Here I'm using a highlighter to draw dots on white paper and a chalk marker to draw some white dots on blue paper. You can see on all my papers I've got different size dots. That's to add variety and interest to our piece of artwork. Let's have a look at Yayoi's work to see the different shapes of flowers and leaves, the weird curly stems, to get some inspiration for our piece of artwork. There's some tulip shaped ones. There's some brown daisy, or that looks like a starfish. And note the weird wiggly stems. Nothing is realistic, so it's abstract. On my piece of black paper, I'm going to choose whether I do landscape or portrait, and trying to see how many flowers I could possibly fit. Looking through my papers to choose colors. You're going to draw your flowers on the back of the paper. Draw a circle first and then the shape of whatever your petals inside the circle, however you'd like it. Cut out. And keep doing that with all the pieces of paper until you have at least four or five flowers cut out. Remember, you can also double lay flowers, so you can put a flower down and put another layer of petals over the top. So 2 contrasting colours. Start arranging and measure for your stems. I'm going to make one of those curly stems now. When you draw a stem out, remember to draw a double line so that you can make it thicker. And if you want to get into the middle of a piece of paper, remember to fold it over and give it a little snip so that your scissors will fit in the middle. Make yourself some different leaves. They don't have to be realistic in colour or shape. Remember, hers are very abstract. Play around with your composition and see where you'd like to place things. And once you're happy, you're going to glue them down, but only glue in the middle of your pieces, just a dot of glue in the middle, because we actually want to turn the leaves and the petals up. We want to fold them up a bit so they stand off the paper, because this is a collage and it is a sculpture. You can see there I'm bending up off the paper so that they stand up. Your finishing touches can be done with a texter, just to add some more dots. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I can't wait to see what you've come up with. Please remember to share your work, and happy Dot Day!